from the city-states of Eorzea to worlds both real and imagined via the magic of podcasting. This is episode 73 of A Podcast Reborn, a show celebrating our experiences across Final Fantasy XIV, gaming, anime, and everything in between. Yeah, that's a new intro. This episode is being recorded on Sunday, November 9th, 2025, and we are literally 24 hours from finding out just how good or bad our chances are of going to FanFest in April. My name is Brian Black, otherwise known as Ro. As always, this show may contain mature language, might contain spoilers for the games or media that we talk about, and for the first time in show history, we have a sponsor. Yes, this episode is sponsored by Auntie's Choice. She's just the best choice. It's Auntie's Choice. I'm maybe playing way too much Outer Worlds 2. With me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. First off, we have our Chaos Gremlin webcomic creator and a cat mom who dual wields crochet needles and was last seen playing an ungodly amount of Jurassic World Evolution 3. Hi, Meagan.
Hi. You can breed dinosaurs. You can baby dinosaurs, okay? I need you to understand this.
I saw a reel on Instagram advertising this exact feature with my son while we were waiting for our lunch, and he's like, "Dad, Christmas present, write it down."
It's so good. It is so good. Okay, if you love management sims, if you love like running a park, and especially if you love running an amusement park where the attractions can break out and eat your guests, 10 out of 10. It's so good.
I will let you talk more about that in a second.
Please do, because I want to know more, because I'm pretty sure that sounds right up my kid's alley.
Oh, God, it's so good.
That other voice you hear, of course, is our old man machinist, whose quest log is full of derogatory comments about the size of the sauce direction of the Enterprise D. Hi, Brandon.
Yeah, pretty much. My blog isn't actually full of that. It's just, I mentioned it on Blue Sky, I guess.
Oh, I know. It just sounded good to say all that together in one sentence.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know why I bothered clarifying on it. Ro, ask me how I'm doing.
How are you doing, Brandon?
After that live letter, I'm glamorous, baby.
Well done. Well done. Well done. If you didn't have a dad joke, I was going to fill in with a replacement of my own. Do you want to hear it?
Go for it.
Dad off.
How tall is the most meaningless person in the world?
I don't know. How tall are they?
6'7".
I hate I'm online enough to know what that is. For at least be aware.
I hate that I'm a parent enough to know what that is.
Now, mind you, I am a 50-year-old man. I know I don't sound it, but I am a 50-year-old man. And apparently the newest meme spreading through the internet, and old people like my age and close to my age are starting to say it so that they think that they're hip like all the youngsters are, is saying 6'7". And here's the thing about 6'7". For those of you who are wondering, what the fuck does 6'7" mean? I actually tried to do some research on this. I tried to look it up. I know about its rough origins, but at the end of the day, 6'7" literally has no meaning. It has no relevance.
Look, as the lol random XD generation, can we really judge them?
But I mean, I didn't think that in the year of 2025 we could go worse than Chicken Jockey, and here we are.
I mean, look, I grew up on fucking LiveJournal and MySpace. I can't judge these children.
Did you guys see the college basketball game where as soon as the score for one team hit 6-7, the very young crowd, I think there was like a school field trip or something, just erupted in like I don't even know how to describe the cacophony. They almost had to stop the game.
This is their version of the game. If you recall the game from our generation, that had absolutely no meaning. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were just all like,
lost. We've all lost.
Exactly. The children, they do this. It's okay.
I had forgotten about the game until now. So for quite a while, I was winning the game, and now I just lost again. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm here as an internet historian. I'm a millennial curator.
So as we kind of talked about last episode, we're allowing ourselves to talk about more or less whatever the heck we want to talk about. Oddly enough, we'll probably be talking about Final Fantasy 14 some, but I do want to kind of circle back to Meagan's excitement and enthusiasm about Jurassic World Evolution 3 first.
Okay, so do you play any of the Planet games, like Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo?
Because no, but I'm familiar with Tycoon games, so I know. Yeah,
this is the same company that does those games. Those games are extremely modular. Like, you get scenery pieces. You can basically build anything you want. You get to move everything around in like 3D and like make it the size you want. So I'm literally watching a series right now of a guy making a theme park at Planet Coaster 2 where he just does movies. Right now he's working on like a Five Nights at Freddy's movie ride, and he's building the animatronics like piecemeal by himself using the in-game mechanics. Is fucking nuts. But anyway, that's the level of detail they have in their other games. In this game, they let us build our own building shells. Finally, they didn't let us do that in the old game. So you can get really in the weeds if you want with building, but you absolutely do not have to. It comes with these really nice pre-made blueprints. And my favorite thing in this game is the actual like management gameplay, running a park, having unforeseen circumstances happening and having to deal with them. And now it has gotten even crazier with the fact that you can breed, and the dinosaurs all have very specific comfort needs. And one of those things is usually like the amount of adult males and females that they will have in their enclosure before they start freaking out. And so I will be like over on the other side of the park, like dealing with my little mini ceratops, which are fucking adorable, by the way. They're tiny triceratops that walk on two legs. And you can make a enclosure where guests can go in and hand feed them. Oh my god, they're so cute. Anyway, I'm over there styling up that area, and all of a sudden I get an alert that there's been a breakout. One of my Allosaurus is aged up, and now there's too many males in the enclosure, and they've all freaked out and bust out of their fence, broken out, and then I get a pop-up like, one of your dinosaurs has eaten a politician. I'm like, oh!
I call that an absolute win.
I was going to say, where's the Mark Ruffalo meme?
There are two options for how to respond. One of them is basically good, and you get like negative publicity, and you have to pay a bunch of money. And the other one is like, we are sorry, nobody's politics should matter in the face of unspeakable tragedy. Well, safety is important, like a PR response. So you get like less negative PR, and like you pay less money, and so like you have to basically decide. But if you give the like good answer and you like let dinosaurs out and like eat guests a lot, you'll end up getting like thrill seekers coming to your park more, who are like, hell yeah, maybe I'll die.
What kind of dystopian park do you run?
So I feel like did not intend for this to happen at all. I'm doing my very best to keep my guests safe. Okay, this is just the kind of shit that goes down. So Allosauruses and Cerasauruses they're these giant guys. With like the Cerasauruses are so fucking cool. They're like Lisa Frank colors, and they have like horns all over them and tiger stripes. They're very cool. They actually like to live together. I love that. But anyway, they've busted out. They're all over my park. I opened the shelters, which are like underground bunkers for all my guests to get in. They cannot get in fast enough. I think we had like 10 fatalities. It was, and so this whole, you have to like, you can either get into the pilots. There's helicopters that you have to trank the dinosaurs from to knock them out, and then you can rebuild the fence and put them back in their enclosure. You can manually pilot the helicopter and shoot darts at the dinosaurs from the air if you want, or you could be like, hey, the helicopter, go trike these, and they'll do it for you. Usually it's too crazy for me to get in and do it myself, but occasionally there'll be like a pathing error, and so I'm like freaking out chasing down a T-Rex, try to trike them while it's chasing down my guests.
I was going to say, can you even trank a T-Rex?
We found a way, much like life.
Found a way, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so finally,
is the case with any medicine. It's all about dosage.
I get the situation under control. All my dangerous dinosaurs are unconscious. My maintenance team is repairing the fence, and then I get another alert. Your Allosaurus has swallowed a cell phone. And I'm like, oh no.
Is that the same Allosaurus that killed the politician?
Yes, it was. So Maybe the fact that it is it's like a, an important cell phone. It's got some access. It's got some data. Because I'm like, is this more dangerous than like his shoes or his belts? Like what is the issue? The Biosaurus is a big boy. I think he can handle this. But anyway,
I think he understood the term social feed a little poorly there.
So I have to, instead of putting it back in the enclosure, I have to put him we have these paleo medical centers, and they have a little helipad. They don't have their own helicopters, but you can, with a dinosaur's trunk, you can pick them up and put them in the medical bay, and then you get to actually watch little like robot arms come out and like spray them with medicine and like give them stitches and stuff. It's very cool. The level of detail in this game is incredible. So yeah, that was the latest incident in my park. Oh my God.
Crazy because I've heard a little bit about this game, but just like the way that you talk this game up, I'm surprised that this game isn't talked about more.
It's very popular in the simulation circles, which I am a big fan / part of. Like I have a lot of you. I like games that you have to watch 5 hours of YouTube videos about them to really like dig into it and really get all of it. The thing about Jurassic World Evolution 3 that's really great is that you can just play it at like a surface level, at like a management level. You can plop down pre-builts. You can manage, your attendance, your happiness, your dinosaurs, whatever. Totally fun. Very fun game. Very playable. Or you could get absolutely in the weeds and build like a bespoke resort of your dreams, And so I'm like, I know I'm going to be playing this for fucking years. I know that at some point I'm going to turn on like ultra easy sandbox mode and just spend like 10 hours building a guest center. I'm not there yet. I love the chaos, and I love the thing is like I don't min-max, and I don't like look things up ahead of time. So you're the way that this works is that you hire scientists, and then you send the scientists out on expeditions, and the expeditions get fossils. You bring the fossils back, you extract the DNA from the fossils, and you can it's like create a dinosaur. Like you incubate them from an egg. Like you do the genetic woo-woo on them, and so you have to unlock things with research. And so one of the things that you unlock is like different kinds of dig sites. So you can't just go and get anything at once. You kind of like choose which way you want to go. And so a lot of the times I'm like, well, I have this dinosaur and I have this dinosaur. It says that these dinosaurs get along with this kind of dinosaur, but I'm not like 100% sure that this is going to work out, but we'll see. Let's go. So that's how I play. We play Outlaw Country. we play like let's see, let's make friends. The other thing that I fucking love is all the like guest attractions that you can put in. They have like the Jeep tours from Jurassic Park. They have like the bubble tours, like the little plastic bubble, like from Jurassic World. But my favorite is that you can zip line over the top of enclosures. So I always...
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
I can imagine ziplining over one of those enclosures and then suddenly pterodactyl and you're gone.
Well, that's the thing.
You're ziplining over the ocean. Suddenly mosasaur.
Yeah. You can zipline over the mosasaur. You cannot zipline over the flying dinosaurs because they're in a giant aviary dome, which you can run tours through, but they have to be vehicle tours. They have to be enclosed. You can't be like... I like to run them over the top of the raptor enclosure and call it enrichment for the raptors. They get to chase, it's like a cat toy.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Cat toy. Love it.
Good track.
I have one question, Meagan.
Sure.
Whenever a breakout or some other tragedy involving the loss of human life happens, does the game pop up a window with Jeff Goldblum telling you exactly how much he warned you were going to fess this up?
That is absolutely... Like, throughout the entire game, you are constantly hearing Jeff Goldblum. They say what you're doing. Like, that is that's been a theme through all of the Jurassic World Evolution games. Like, I'm glad they're giving Jeff a paycheck every time, but like this game in particular, he is very like when I got the cell phone in the dinosaur pop up, I literally got Jeff Goldblum being like, a ringtone from a dinosaur is pretty funny, but let's remember how it got there.
Oh my God, that's real. I just made that up for a joke.
You're
telling me it's real.
You see, Brandon, when you were asking that question, I thought you were speaking from the perspective of you'd played some of the earlier games.
No,
and here,
I've never played any of this series. I was just trying to make a stupid joke, and it's actually a thing.
It backfired on you gloriously.
1,000% is. And in the campaign mode, he is a major character. He is constantly giving you little quips of like needling you as you're trying to set up all these dinosaur parks around the world, because this is in the Jurassic World universe wherein dinosaurs have escaped containment and are like running wild all over the place, and you are trying to kind of like contain things and make things better and safer and also, you know, turn a huge
Profitable
profit. Yeah. At the same time. So we're supposed to be working for like a dinosaur conservation company, but at the same time we have like this billionaire guy popping in being like, hey, make more money, baby. So it literally is like a game mechanic of like there's three factions. There's security, there's entertainment, and there's conservation. And you are kind of like trying to balance all three. And like the entertainment is like, let's make so much money. And like the security is like, oh God, please don't piss off the dinosaurs so they break out. For the love of God, we've had to pay so many lawsuits. And the conservation is like, these are beautiful animals that belong in the wild. And let's make their lives as good as we can make them, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Sounds great. Look how cute these little baby raptors are. Oh, he's chasing his tail.
Now he's chasing me. Oh, God.
No.
Did you ever read the Jurassic Park book?
No.
There's a whole horror scene involving juvenile raptors in like the lab where they're like chasing the kids. So I'm always like, hey.
This sounds amazing, and I don't know if I want to get it for my kid or for me.
Why not both?
Yeah,
both
man.
I mean, is this available on consoles? Because
I think so. Yeah, there's a console build. I would recommend PC just for the modular shit, but I'm a in the weeds person sometimes when I want to be.
We got a PS5 for Christmas last year, and so I'm always on the lookout for great games that I think the whole family's going to enjoy, because otherwise, if I try to buy individual games for every single member of my family's specific tastes, I'm going to go bankrupt.
I will say Jurassic World is very entertaining to watch someone play, and that it's got the music from the movies, so, you know, that really iconic music, and they do these incredible cutscenes every time that you release a dinosaur where, like, the bay doors open and there's, like, sirens going off, and, like, if it's a little cute one, it comes popping out of the foliage, all like, hi! And if it's a big, like, T-Rex, is like, comes stomping out and, like, roars. It's really fucking cool. Oh, I love it.
I just have to say, I went to the website really quick for Jurassic World Evolution 3, and it shows the stuff, and it says right under Evolution 3, it says, help life find a way. But yes, it is on Steam, PS5, Xbox, all the things. So
yeah, it's great. It's eating my life. I love it, and it's a problem.
Well, I'm gonna look at some gameplay videos of people checking this out. Have you been streaming it all lately?
No, I've been meaning to get back into it. I even made like a new avatar, a new VTuber. But I don't.
All right, Iron Mouse, calm down.
I made it a long time ago. I just never debuted it. It's like a 90s anime style, because I'm like, as a woman who is about to hit a certain age milestone, it feels a little weird to be a super cutesy cat girl, but it's also like, well, how do I show my age without doing like an old lady icon? Well, I'll do it from the 90s. I'll be like, this was when I was young, children, and I'm going to pretend that we're still there.
Just walk away from the near human aesthetic and go full on monster girl.
You know, I might fucking reject anime, embrace furry.
Brandon, yes. What have you been up to over the past month that's taken a lot of your time? I know that Legion Remix is one of the things.
That's that and getting mentally prepared for our Thanksgiving trip.
Oh my.
I'm taking my wife to Disneyland for Thanksgiving. It's also for her 40th birthday, which is like the week before Thanksgiving week. So,
Me too. Oh my God.
Wait, you're going to Disneyland for Thanksgiving?
No, my birthday is the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes, hers is November 16th. So
I'm the 24th.
She told me, several years ago that all she wanted for her 40th birthday was to go to Disneyland. And
me and Ward are going to be out of town that week. That's too bad. Man, we're going up north to visit my family for my birthday.
Oh, no.
So we're literally like crossing paths in opposite directions for birthday trips.
What can you do? Sometimes these things just don't work out.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly I've just been playing the heck out of Legion Remix. I remembered when Mists of Pandaria Remix was out and it was a thing. I saw how much my wife was playing it. I saw how much she enjoyed it. I didn't get back into it, and it was a very limited time thing that they have not redone. So when Legion Remix came around, Legion was the last expansion in World of Warcraft I can say that I enjoyed with probably a majority, greater than 50%. And, it had problems, but for the most part, I had a lot of fun with it. So I decided, all right, you know what? It's going on. I'm going to jump back in there and I'll just make like maybe 2 characters, level them differently, do questing with one, do dungeons with the other, see what their order halls are like, because I remember the class quests. I love that sort of thing. I'm a big advocate for people doing as many job quest lines in FF 14 as humanly possible.
Right.
So I figured I'll make a warlock, and then my wife's raid leader, who is also a good friend of mine, challenged everyone on his raid team and me to make specific characters for Legion, and he gave me a Blood Elf Paladin. So I think, all right, I'll do that. Why the heck not?
So ward coded.
Yeah, like
that's all he plays. I swear to God.
Well, unfortunately, it didn't get limited to that number. I now have an alt of every class in this stupid thing.
Well, in Legion, it's so tempting because you want to do all the class stuff. And exactly. It's all so cool.
Especially now that the Broken Shore patch is out, and you've got like that additional content with it, which involves getting all the class mounts.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Yeah, so I've got 5 classes, I think. I've gotten 5 classes at this point, I think, to 80, and then I'm working on Monk of all things. Right now, it's a Worgen monk because I thought, werewolf monks are a funny combination to me. Don't ask me why, I just think it is.
I forgot monks were in World of Warcraft for a second. I was like, what the fuck?
Yep. So yeah, I've just been playing the heck out of that. I've actually been playing the same game as my wife again for the first time in forever, which is actually pretty nice.
Nice.
Yeah, just engaging with the last time. I really enjoyed World of Warcraft. It's been a blast. Getting to make new characters was fun. Getting to make new backstories for them, because of course I'm going to do that.
And like Legion is enjoyable. Legion is like the most lore friendly, story friendly. Like, please, we want you to make no seed expansion. I think there is. Like, that was my favorite thing about it, was like the class halls, and then we get to learn all this lore, and then we get to be like, oh yes, my rogue is a pirate, because that's a thing we're allowed to be.
Well, to make matters even more fun, they've added a great number of new race class combinations in the past 2 expansions. Like Tauren rogues, the butt joke of World of Warcraft for years, they're real now.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. They've also added some very specific new customizations for certain races. For example, the whole Dark Ranger, I don't remember what the actual like lore appropriate term is for the Blood Elves, where you're just basically like chalk white skin and red eyes.
Yeah, it's a Dark Ranger.
Yeah, Dark Ranger.
Yeah. That's what my paladin is.
Yeah, nice.
An undead paladin. How the hell does that work? Don't ask me. I'm just enjoying it. So, you know how the leaders of the Burning Legion are basically like evil Draenei with their red skin, glowing green eyes? Yeah, those are open for Draenei players after you do a short quest line now.
Oh my God.
Really?
Oh, yes. So I'm running around as a Draenei shaman with, bright red skin and glowing green fell eyes. No one's batting an eye that I'm the leader of the frickin' world's, shaman organization. I just think this kind of crap is hilarious. So that's what almost all of my characters have been. Like, just weird race class combos that at the time Legion came out would have made abso-goddamn-lutely no sense.
Now, I think gnomes can be shaman now, right?
Really?
No, they cannot.
Oh, okay.
That one's still locked up.
No, it's goblins that have the
Goblins.
totems.
Goblins
Yeah,
have been
goblins.
able to be shaman since they were announced.
Right.
They
We
they
need
should just unlock
gnome
everything
shaman
at this
next.
point. Jesus.
Well, I believe warrior, mage, priest, hunter, rogue, monk, and maybe one other class are basically open to everybody at this point.
Nice.
Anybody who's got weird cultural ties to specific classes, those are still more heavily restricted.
Now I have to ask, I mean, one of the things I think with Legion Remix is if you do certain things in Legion Remix, you'll unlock stuff in the main game. Right now, I mean, there have been some announcements made and reveals and such, and I guess the early, we're like a few weeks away from the pre-patch or something for Midnight happening.
It's actually the beta opening up.
Or the beta opening up. Like, what is your interest level in Midnight right now and player housing and all that?
Pretty low. I actually so I quit playing when I quit playing in Shadowlands, and when Dragonflight was the existing like the current expansion, I signed back in for a month just to see what it was like, because I think they actually had a free weekend at one point, and I just played for a couple days. So I took my original main character, my troll mage, and I leveled him through just a leveling experience for Dragonflight. And that was about the last thing I did.
Okay.
During Legion Remix, I actually had to buy the War Within to level to max of the new max of 80, because otherwise my character got to 70 and was stuck. I'm like, oh, for the love of God, all right, how much does a very basic edition of this expansion cost? Okay, that's not that much. I can do this just to keep enjoying Remix. Why the hell not?
That's how they suck you in.
Yeah. One random night, I got curious. I was like, all right, I'm going to take a break from Remix. I'm going to log into my Troll Mage, and I'm going to do like the intro experience for War Within.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was very harshly reminded that Legion Remix, among its many other features, gives you a ridiculous degree of player power because they want you to blaze through the content at a much more accelerated pace than, a normal expansion. And I'm like, oh, right, I got used to this. I suck at playing the actual game. I died in just the intro, like, storyline scenario so many times. I texted my wife in frustration going, has it always been this bad? Or is it the fact that I didn't have any endgame scaling gear from Dragonflight, so that when I start War Within, I'm just weak sauce as hell? And she's like, actually, I vaguely remember that it was pretty difficult when we got started, but there was also several people doing that scenario at once. So that may be why you're having such a rough time.
But what about the new one button rotation where you can just mash one button and it casts the next thing you need to do in your rotation?
Yeah, that's great, except it doesn't really do anything defensively, any defensive abilities. So
mitigation stuff.
I can sit there and mash that button all the live long day, and I'm still going to get swarmed by 8 Nerubians and get murdered, which is what happened several times. So that kind of killed. I was honestly thinking about it. I thought to myself, I'm having a lot of fun playing with our friends that are in her raid team. Honestly, I'm just enjoying running dungeons with her, a couple nights a week.
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to start playing the same MMO as her again. And then I did that. I'm like, yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, I get that.
Also, the 7.4 live letter removed any and all restrictions on glamour. And I'm like, yep, as soon as we're done here, back to Aetheris.
That is a brilliant segue, because
sometimes I'm good at this.
You are
rolling your sleeves up, back to the glamour mines.
Absolutely.
So 7.4 live layer was I think just a week ago from the recording of this, a little more than a week ago. And so glamour, now, if I'm not mistaken, Final Fantasy XIV is going to be the first high profile MMO that just says, we don't fucking care. when it comes to, if you want to be a paladin that looks like a white mage, that's fine. With the weapons being the only exception, and I totally get why they have to have weapons locked to classes, but I feel like this has got to be a huge win for like role players, and at the same time
The
a
thing
huge
is-
loss because of immersion and stuff.
Well, they killed one of the big mods that role players were using. I think that like
Mare.
yeah, it's dead now, and so I really
Yes.
think that this is kind of Square being like, "Oopsie doodle. Well, you have a bandolier for your big elf titties, you know, like." Along with like, if you look at some of the recent shop items, it's like, what is this lingerie? And then it's like, oh, right.
Yeah, I can already run around with like, 2B bottoms, a
Yeah.
maid outfit, and a frog head. What is immersion anymore?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, if you think about like especially with Dawn Trail and a lot of the stuff that they were coming out with, they've been coming out with a lot of pieces that look, well, I mean, they're not medieval. They're not even really sci-fi. They look more like modern day clothing, like present day clothing.
Yeah.
So I think they just kind of reached a point where they're like, you know what? Fuck it.
The fact that we have the cyberpunk city, and then they're like, that means that everybody can just run around in jeans and a t-shirt. And I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
Okay.
You want to talk about immersion? Nothing's going to get me immersed in a game where they dress just like me.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. I just, me and Ward just made alts because, of course, that's just what you do. And she's a bunny girl monk, and she's currently wearing the Moogle t-shirt that you can get from the Golden Saucer, and cut off jean shorts and boots and invisible puncher gloves, and it's like, yep. She just looks like she's going to the mall, and I love it.
I'm going to sound very boring when I say this, but I am so excited that I can now look like a red mage on any job I want to play in Final Fantasy XIV. My summoner is going to look like a red mage. My bard is going to look like a red mage. My machinist, will still have some machinist stuff on him, but still going to have that red mage hat on him. You better believe it.
Oh, yes. The hat time. The hat times.
I'm going to be like choking back the urge to put power armor on all my jobs, but you know what? We'll see how long I hold out.
I do love a fluffy ascot.
It opens up a lot of possibilities too. Because this will be the first time that people can mix job sets together. And I mean, people have come up with some creative combos with just, the stuff that's available to them, within their group of aiming, slaying, and such like that. But now, being able to combine some of that stuff, oh my God, I just realized something. So the armor from Pandemonium, which has for casters, there's that armor that had the black with the purple flame and such.
Oh yeah.
That was only for casters. A different group got the red flame stuff.
Yeah, and they got the big circle on the back.
Oh, now I've got. Oh no, that armor. I was always. It's don't get me wrong. The purple flame is cool and all, but I was really envious of the red flame stuff, and this could literally make me consider leveling up one of those jobs just to grab. Well, that's the thing. I don't even have to level the job now. I can just grab the piece. I can grab the piece on my summon and life is good.
And Ro, how familiar are you with the crafter job exclusive sets that are available for whatever the script au jour was in all the various expansions? Because those look amazing, and they're coded currently to be tied to one specific Disciple of Hand or land job. And yes, I did that in that.
You
order
did that in the correct order. Yes.
And especially some of the more I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. Basically, there are some alchemist lab coats out there that are fucking sick as hell. I can finally make use of them.
The other big one is there's a lot of blacksmith outfits that are literally like, I just have bandages over my titties. And so
Yes. My friend Wes, shout out to you if you're listening, has been lamenting that he can't wear that in game and can only use it in his various, screenshot crime tools. And he's so happy that he can actually run around in it on his Catgirl.
Yeah. Very
I
monk coded.
I feel like this glam stuff it's funny that this glam stuff will probably be the biggest hype thing of 7.4, even though there's a freaking ton of other stuff happening in 7.4 too. But I should say I'm surprised, but I'm not, because think about when Transmog first came to World of Warcraft. It became the biggest thing, and it blew the developers' minds away. Greg Street just was dumbfounded by it. But the way people want to express themselves in game and stuff like that is super important, especially when if player housing isn't a big deal, then like what your character looks like is then the next biggest thing. Now WoW's going to have player housing, so that's going to be like a second big huge crazy thing for them. But still, like, just expressing yourself in game and being able to customize how you look and how your things are in game is all in an MMO, especially where other people get to see you, is always going to be super huge. So yeah, of course this is going to get the most talk about.
Speaking of that, here's another reason I'm not likely to keep going once Legion Remix is over. Legion Remix has no transmog costs whatsoever, which, you're upgrading. Every quest rewards a random piece of gear. Everything. You are upgrading. You can basically have full change over your outfit every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So when I actually went back into the, retail game, I basically was wearing like quest greens from Dragonflight on my mage. Tried to do a full, switch over to a preset outfit I had. It was like almost 300 gold.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You haven't gotten civilized about this.
Yeah.
Glam switching costs in 14 is just the glamour prisms, right? That's
which you can farm from like a bajillion different sources or even craft them.
And it costs nothing with the plate once you have something set on the plate. So
or even if you just store them in the dresser, it doesn't cost you anything to use them from that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Like on individual pieces.
Yeah. It's once they put in the like multiple dye channels, it's just like, oh my god, this is the peak glamour vanity system. I fucking love it.
My only hang up with glamour in 14 is inventory management. The dresser and all of that is clunky as fuck.
Yeah, but I'm comparing it to World of Warcraft, so
sure.
I think that well, it's definitely better than how it was originally. I don't know if you were around back when like you just had to hold a shitload of gear on your retainers, and then every time you wanted to glamour a piece, you had to right click. You had to make sure that you had the piece you wanted to glamour it in your inventory, and then you had to right click on the piece of gear you wanted to glamour, and then go into that menu that's like, what do you want to change this to? And then like scroll down, find it, and then click OK. And then and that cost a glamour prism, and you had to do that for every item, for every outfit, for every whatever, and like your retainers were just drowning in gear of and finding exactly what you wanted to wear. Oh, it's a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And so WoW's system of you just unlocked this appearance is I do like that. That is nice. I kind of would prefer that. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my god, this is so much better. And also the fact that we can dye it.
I would not be surprised if that kind of accessibility comes to glamour. Maybe not like in 7 point whatever, but that might be their big push for 8 point something, is just to quality of life fine tune that stuff, and it'll make people wildly happy.
Yeah. Well, especially now that we can use whatever the fuck we want, I feel like storage space is kind of
storage space just became an even bigger problem.
Yeah, exactly. And just having it be a list of appearances you can check off would be way better.
Oh, by the way, here's another fun story from Remix. The wardrobe, their whole system where you store appearances, every time I opened it for about a week, 50-50 shot of whether or not it crashed my game.
Ouch.
And it took me I thought it was the add-on I was using to have it index more sets. So I tried turning it off for a while and it still kept doing it. Finally, I realized, it's my DirectX settings. You have to load it under DirectX 11 to make this issue no longer be a problem consistently. So now it's not a problem at all. It just pops right up, click on whatever outfit I want to wear and keep going. But it's just why is this happening with this small ass indie company owned by Microsoft?
I will. There are things I want to say about Microsoft that I'm going to save for probably another time because there's been a lot of things happening that have been making me kind of irritated at Microsoft. But yeah. As I've been playing 14 a little bit, I've been doing trying to finish up my Triple Triad collection, doing a little bit of this and that, doing casino stuff and all, and just log in 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm still pretty much playing other games more than 14 right now. So, like I said, top of the show, Outer Worlds 2 has been a big thing for me. But a weird thing that I've kind of fallen into, and I totally blame the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover in Final Fantasy 14, and I also blame Zim. Because of
Zim.
Yeah, because of that, both Zim and I have purchased Monster Hunter World, not Wilds, World, the one that came out before Wilds. Wilds is a new one. But I've been playing Monster Hunter World, and it's, Meagan, you kind of said how Evolution's a game where it's you could just do things simple and stuff, or you could get into the weeds and the detail and such. Monster Hunter World, for different reasons, is kind of like that too. I mean, you can go in and just try to hit monsters and not know what you're doing, but there's a whole lot of things going on in that game. There's a whole lot of things you can craft and prepare and all that stuff, and the game is deep. I think it might be a little too deep for me to really try to min-max and optimize and stuff, but bashing dinosaurs is pretty fun.
See,
even though I'm not playing Jurassic World.
I wish that I loved Twitch gaming boss battles, because I would be all fucking over Monster Hunter. The Palicos, oh my god, I've never loved anything more. They are so cute. The animations when they cook you stuff, and the fact that the little one follows you around, and you could customize it. I played Monster Hunter World for a couple months, and I made a little butterscotch to follow me around, and it was fucking adorable. I never found a playstyle that I really gelled with. And that's kind of a problem when the whole selling point of the game is the gameplay. It's not I don't know, if you don't like raiding in Final Fantasy, there's a shit ton of other things to do. It's what do you do in Monster Hunter? I wonder, do you hunt monsters? Yes. That is the game.
I mean, you can hunt monsters, you can go fishing, you can go resource gathering. There are a lot of different things, but yes, it is primarily all about hunting monsters at the end of the day.
I'm sure I haven't just given it enough chance. I have so many games that eat my life.
Tell me about it. The new Hearthstone expansion came out, so I was playing a little bit of that. I'm still playing the Persona 5X gacha game and still pulling on characters with the free currency that I have and having a fun time without spending a dime on it. So it's right now I got a lot of different plates I'm spinning as far as games go, and December 4th is going to be here before you know it. And I see that because December 4th is a little game called Octopath Traveler 0.
Oh.
And that is, I'm literally took vacation time for that game.
Oh, wow.
See, right now, I just restarted my Animal Crossing island because there's going to be that big expansion in February. So I figure I can have all my island rebuilt, because I didn't want to jump back in, because I had an island, I had everything built up 4 years ago. I don't want to go try to jump back in and remember everything, so I was fuck it, reboot. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, And I'm doing Silent Hill F. It has become another fucking obsession of mine, and I'm planning to start streaming that once I finish my first run through. I actually watched one of my friends do an entire first playthrough, and now I am doing that playthrough myself to get to New Game Plus so that I can see the other endings and stuff. And I'm like really intrigued by the writing and the story, and I want to know what's going on. And now that I'm actually playing it, I'm like, I like this gameplay. Which, is kind of funny when it's a survival horror game and like these scary monsters are coming at me and I'm like, call an ambulance, but not for me.
Are you also going to do Resident Evil 9 when it comes out next year?
I would like to. I still haven't beaten Village. But that's also like where I got stuck in 7 and I couldn't get past the fucking daddy fight with the chainsaws. And I feel I'm fucking something up with like when he hits you with the chainsaw, you're supposed to block it with your chainsaw, and I swear I'm hitting the button prompt and it just doesn't seem to work. And maybe I'll go back to it and try, but I literally streamed like 3 hours of me repeatedly getting murdered by a hillbilly named Daddy with a chainsaw.
That's a set of words I never thought I'd hear in my life.
it was quite demoralizing, I will say. So I gave up on that. I might go back to it, but maybe I'll just do Village. I feel like I know Ethan and Mia well enough to pick up in Village, because like I watched Markiplier's playthrough of Village, and so I know what the story is. But like the gameplay on the new Resident Evil games is always really fun and shooty bang bang, and I like that kind of thing. And but no, Silent Hill F, no guns, only pipe. Only pipe and kitchen knife and sickle and like stabby stab, smashy smash. And I'm having a lot of fun. There is a evil sexy Foxman. There are
evil sexy Foxman. What does the evil sexy Foxman say?
He says, be my wife and cut off your face.
Oh, okay.
And you do it.
What?
Okay. Have you neither of you have any idea what like Higurashi is?
I don't think so.
Yes,
series. Okay, it's the same writer. So you gotta know, shit is batshit insane. There is a possibly supernatural or possibly not supernatural, just psychotic element to it. You have to play through it multiple times. There's going to be different timelines. There's going to be different perspectives. You're going to have to piece together the narrative, but it is going to be incredibly well written. The world is going to be super rich and detailed. The characters are going to be really endearing or frustrating or both, or like you're going to be like, no, baby, what? Don't do this. But I've seen what the first ending is, and like, okay, extremely mild spoilers, but to get the alternate endings, you get. Me and my friends were joking about this when we were watching our friend do the first playthrough. One of the like healing items is a little like red and white capsule, looks like a Tylenol. So we were constantly like, yeah, pump that Tylenol. And like, there's a lot of, imagery in this game that has to do with like pregnancy and childbirth and things like that. So we're like, oh God, Hinako's pregnant. She's taking a shit ton of Tylenol. Ha ha ha. Because that was like in the news at the time. But anyway, at the end of the game, if you take the Tylenol, you get like, you get a psychotic episode, and like, you're like running through a hallway and it's just like filled with Tylenol pills and empty bottles and shit. And it's like, oh no. Oh my God, you were addicted to the Tylenol. And so to get the alternate endings, you have to not take any of the pills. And so I'm doing you can't get anything but the bad ending on your first playthrough. And so I am just fucking chugging this Tylenol. I'm like, I am earning that pill hallway, bitch.
That's kind of effed up. If you can't get anything but the bad ending on your first playthrough, what's going to encourage someone to play again? I guess
because you want to know
the good ending.
Yeah, the good endings, and you want to know like the rest of the story.
Does the game tell you that there are? Does the game do anything to tell you that things can be better if you play?
Wait, when you boot back to the starting menu, it's like unlocks, and or like a new thing opens up, and it's like these are what you have to do to get these. You can see what the different endings are, and you can see what you have to do to achieve them. So you're not just like taking a shot in the dark, which is Silent Hill 2 was a very shot in the dark. Apparently, you could get a bad ending for opening the map too many times.
Wow.
Silent Hill F did not do this to you. It's just like it tells you like don't take any Tylenol and do this other thing, and it's like okay, and the other one's like don't take any Tylenol and do that other thing, and it's like oh okay, and so it's also yeah, I guess the first ending is considered like the bad ending, but really these are more like fragments of the story, and you're putting it together as you go through. Because I don't know if you know anything about Higurashi. It's originally a visual novel. They turned it into a manga and anime, and like some drama CDs, which we do not really do in America. But anyway, the way that it works is that you play through what they call a question arc, and you're locked into one character's perspective, and you're seeing things through their eyes. And in Higurashi, these characters have like these horrible delusions. They're basically going insane, and it always ends in tragedy. And then the next arc is like the answer arc. So then you see it from a different character's perspective. You see what the fuck was really happening, and you get a lot more answers. Because in Higurashi is a time loop story. Like things are you're going through different timelines, and you're looping, and you're going through different characters' perspectives. And basically the whole goal is to like survive this 1 month in June 1985 in the town of Hinamizawa, Japan. And
without saying too much, this is almost making me think about Nier Automata. I don't know if you played that or not.
Oh, I haven't. It's on my like to stream list. So I haven't played it myself.
I will only say it is a game that requires multiple playthroughs.
Yeah. And so, but I would say for Higurashi, the anime is good, especially the original like 1990s Dean. Like you have to kind of get used to the 90s animations and character design style, but it is a very compelling story. And I would even say the dub is good. That's the other thing. Like there are anime that I'm like, yeah, I watch that dub because too much shit's going on, and I can't do that and read. I'm too old. Oh god. But yeah, Higurashi's really good. It's really tragic, but also it's like it's horror in that like there will be moments where you are definitely like scared and tense, and definitely more of the visual novel because it's like you're reading and you're hearing like creepy sounds and stuff. And it does really good sound design, and like the manga is really good, but it's mostly just like the psychological horror of like, oh Jesus Christ, like oh god, what the fuck. And then you have to like untangle it and like figure out what was real and what wasn't, and like what is happening. And like it's like part of me wants to explain a little bit about it, and part of me doesn't. But it's really good. And it's like, if you like puzzle storytelling, I know there are people out there who are like, I hate having to think about stuff. I'm like, sorry, bro, this is not for you. But it's also not like, it's not obtuse. Like, there are answers, and it can be found, and it can be figured out. And it's not even like, I have to play 4D chess in order to understand what the hell just happened. Or like one of those movies where it's like, oh yes, it was all in the symbolism. Like, no. Like, there are literal answers. Like, there is literally, stuff happening behind the scenes that explains everything, and you will find out about it. But the thing I hate the most is when I like get into a new like fucking Netflix show, and it's like, ooh, so it's such mystery. Why is this happening? What's that happening? The show's been canceled. You will never know. I'm like, ah.
On that note, I have been rewatching episodes of Stranger Things leading up to season 5 coming out in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of neutral on Stranger Things. I really liked the first couple seasons. I really did not like oh god, once it started getting really goofy, I was kind of like but I'm like a big
season 3, the mall season, is very polarizing. There are a lot of people that are not a big fan of season 3. I think season 4 is freaking amazing. That was the last season.
Yeah, it was good. But my main issue is I have two issues. In season 3, they absolutely ruined the cop guy, Hopper.
Yeah.
They made him into such a fucking clown, and they made his relationship with Joyce like it's like a rom-com, and I'm like, go back to the first season when he's like grieving his daughter, and like she's missing her son, and they're like connecting over this like deep stuff. And then season 2, when she like loses her, perfect Sean Astin boyfriend, and like like they had this really deep and complex relationship that was like colored by grief and like, oh, in another life, and like, and then they're like, now let's throw that shit out the window, let's just have this stupid goofy shit. I'm like, ugh. And then also go back to season 1, and you really felt like any of these 11-year-olds could fucking die at any moment. Like, you felt that. And you get to season 3, and it's like, nah, this is like a Disney Channel movie, you know? These 3 children are crawling through a Russian installation. They're absolutely in no danger whatsoever. They're gonna stop and sing Never-Ending Story. I say.
Season 4 turned that back around, because there are definitely people that bite it in season 4.
And like, I did like season 4 a lot more, and I liked the premise of the, what's this called, the big bloody guy who was, Vecna, but like, I feel like they just pulled it out of their ass. Like, it needed a lot more setup previously. Like, I liked his powers. I liked his thing with Ginger Girl with red hair. Like, her whole story and everything was good. Yes, I thought that was great, and I also thought it was good that they brought her to the front, because she had been kind of just, and I liked her thing with like her brother. I liked his storyline from the previous season, because that was actually like fucking terrifying and horrible. And like people just fucking melting into goo. Like, that's the kind of shit that I want. Like, where I watch it, I'm like, oh shit. Like, that we got that a lot in the seasons 1 and 2. And then I also know that people really hate the like psychic children storyline from season 2. So I'm not holding up season 2 as like a perfect thing either. I prefer the like I don't know. I prefer the like Stephen King vibes of like, yes, this story involves children, but these children may be fucking murdered at any time. Speaking of which, the new It show. Jesus Christ. So I kind of went into the show expecting, because like the show starts out, it's got a very dark and serious and somber tone, and we're clearly dealing with some real life horrors of like child abuse and neglect. And like, you know, these kids are growing up in the 60s, is the Cold War, like shit's going down, and these poor kids all have horrible home lives. And then we just go fucking ape shit, like immediately. Like the first scene with like it in it, oh my fucking god, it is fucking bananas. It is absolutely off the wall. And I was like, part of me was like, okay, this isn't really what I wanted and isn't really what I expected. But then I watched the rest of the episode, and I was like, you know what? I'm down. But Pennywise has his whole clown dick out, and I'm okay. I'm along. I'm along for the ride. Let's go. Fucking absolute ape shit.
Okay.
It's
again, more words I never expected to hear.
Yeah.
Pennywise has his whole clown deck out. That's not going to be the episode title of this episode.
Oh my god! It's like, you know, like in the movie It, because this is the same like brother sister team who did the 2 It movies, and like the first movie It, the scares were like they could be really like in your face and like scary, but they started kind of subtle. I like, you know, remember the first scene with like Georgie and the drain and everything, and like that was creepy and like subtle, and like, yes, it ended with a giant fucking monster mouth like munching on a little boy's arm, and like, yeah, that's kind of crazy, but it wasn't a giant mutant baby with bat wings crawling out of a movie screen and flying around a theater and murdering a bunch of children. You know, like it goes fucking bananas, okay? Like immediately. Absolutely off the wall, apeshit shit. And I'm like,
there's no slow burn.
There's no, absolutely not. And also, it's like, it's very darkly comedic in a lot of ways. And I should have been expecting that after the second one. And like, the thing is that I feel like It Chapter 1 was really like in the sweet spot for me with like the like over the top crazy stuff, but also like, you know, the really somber tone and the dark material and like the child abuse and everything. And then It Chapter 2 went really far, like the campy, over the top, silly shit. And I was like, if this was its own movie, I would probably like it more. But I don't like it following the first one. And now this one is like leaning even more into that. But I feel like it's gone so far into it that I'm kind of like, you know what? I'm in. Fuck it. Let's ball. Bring me the fucking pickle juice, father. Why not? have a child have to crawl out of her own dead mother's womb that died in childbirth and then have to gnaw the umbilical cord off with her teeth. Let's do it. Let's fucking go.
You have fun with that because nah.
I don't really have much else to say there. Brandon, do you have anything to add before we wrap things up?
No.
Look, it's like when you something is horrible, but then it just gets increasingly more horrible and ridiculous and over the top, it circles back around. Like that's kind of what camp is. And like it is completing the circle, you know? And like I'm like, all right, you have my attention. Now you have my interest. You know, like I'm like, let's see what they do with this.
I don't think it works that way for me. I just end up more disturbed and have worse nightmares.
See, to me, seeing like a realistic setting wherein one character has to like pull off their fingernail, that is so much more horrifying to me and like viscerally uncomfortable than that whole gotta claw my way out of my dead mother's womb sequence. Like, because that sequence is so ridiculous and so over the top and not something that would ever happen to me. But, and also, like, seeing something very realistic and very subtle and very, like, small, it's like I can almost feel it in my body while I'm watching it. And so there are horror movies that I love watching that have that kind of shit in it, but, like, I'm not going to go back and watch it for funsies. And then there are movies that are just, like, jump scare, over the top, super gore, super messy, whatever. And that's like a roller coaster. That's like a haunted house ride. Like, that's fun shit. I will go back and watch that all the time. But like, yeah, this is one of the fun ones.
You know what's going to be a horrifying experience for me in a few days? Potentially hitting F5 frantically trying to reload.
Oh God!
The 14 site.
Tomorrow, the dawn of the final day.
Tomorrow we find out, by the time people listen to this, that's already happened. But on the 10th, we get to find out if you signed up for tickets, whether you get a free pass to go buy them, then great. But if you're not one of the lucky ones, then this will probably be out before Friday. So you know what? By the time when I put this out on Thursday, I will probably put it out on Thursday. So I'll already know when I'm finishing this up. So I'm probably going to add something here that's going to mention whether any of us were able to get tickets or not. And if none of us got tickets, and if people want to help us out, I'll toss a little word out there and get on my knees and beg and plead.
I will not, because I didn't even enter the lottery. I know. But between this Disneyland trip and then Christmas with 2 children, I have a feeling my finances are going to be a little bit tapped out enough to worry about what is it now, $300 a ticket?
$250, but $250? Yeah, with tax close to $3.
Yeah, I just don't think I can fit the room for even attempting that. I don't.
By the way, here just a final thought, a final note here. There are still, as of this recording, if I'm not mistaken, so there's a passes. There's the early bird sale for BlizzCon 2026 passes is going on, an early bird sale. Now, back in our day, when BlizzCon sales opened, 1, there was no early bird sale. 2, there was a sale, and within an hour or 2, it was done.
Yep.
The fact that they're able to have ticket sales and the early bird thing is, I think, still going, available until November 9th so available until midnight tonight. So the fact that people can still buy tickets right now blows my mind.
Yeah, I remember back when me and Ward used to do that. It's funny because the FanFest is going to be in like the same convention center as the last BlizzCon that we went to, which is a trip. And so Ward's like, oh, hey, I'm looking at hotels. It's like the same one. I'm like, oh, man. Yeah.
Deja vu all over again.
And I guess that we are on the new hotness because this one's really difficult to get. But,
I'm very curious to see how many tickets, like how many people go to FanFest, like because it's in this venue compared to what they did in Las Vegas. If it's going to be larger, if they're going to have more tickets available, but I think the time will tell, and if
Like-
all four of us, so like if you, Ward, myself, well, not Brandon, but if we all get tickets before Friday, I think that's a big sign that they have a lot of tickets available.
Yeah, that's true. I do know that, well, even if we can't get tickets, I have a feeling we'll like drive down there, like try to take pictures of cosplayers or whatever outside.
Yeah.
Cause like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
And that was one of the really, what was so fun about FanFest when we went was just all the little activities that they had set up. You know, should I have dove headfirst into a bin of plastic balls that were, utterly unwashed? Absolutely not. No, I should not have done that. But it was still really fun. It was like a rent fair or like a carnival, but it was all Final Fantasy XIV themed.
Well, the results of the sales and much more will be coming in our next episode. The next episode is likely going to be probably a little bit more than a month from now. Like I said, I'm going to be going on.
Talk about the dungeon, the new deep dungeon. I just wanted to say one thing: fucking dance mix Lahi.
Oh yeah, it is pretty good.
Okay. Usually, I find deep dungeons to be kind of a chore, but I'm really enjoying this one. I love the votive candelabras. I love getting like a speed boost and running through there like a maniac. I love the music and the aesthetic, and I'm having a blast.
I'm going to have to add that to my list of things to go check out whenever I eventually return. But
oh my God.
This deep dungeon is probably the best deep dungeon they've released so far.
Cool.
Just in terms of gameplay, in terms of environments and all that, for me, it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Just me and Ward are playing it, and I just start hearing the Lahi, thing happen, and then I just hear the and I'm like, what the fuck? For real? Oh my God.
We'll see if I can pull that and maybe include it in the music for next episode. Maybe that can be the opening music. Maybe we'll do different opening music each time.
Oh, it's so good. I was so hyped. But yeah, I'm doing it as painter, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with that because they have this buff. You get the little balls. You get the buff balls. They have one that's like haste, and it reduces your cast time and your auto attack time and everything. And so as a painter, just like being able to be like, yeah, like doing all your spells really fast, fucking awesome. Almost don't have to or almost don't get stuck in anything at all. JK. Me and Ward died on the first boss the first time.
Well, we should have a lot more to talk about as far as Final Fantasy XIV goes on our next episode. The December episode will probably happen closer to the middle of the month. It may happen after the patch has come out. I don't know yet, but there's definitely a lot that we can still talk about. We even talk about Hildebrand, and I know you wanted to talk about Hildebrand stuff today too. So there's definitely some catch up to do as far as that goes. But until that episode, Meagan, where can people find you?
I am Cat Mom Meagan, all one word. Meagan is spelled Meagan on pretty much everything. I've mostly been posting on TikTok, somewhat on Blue Sky, a little bit on Tumblr, and I'm planning to get back into streaming. I'm also Cat Mom Meagan on Twitch. So, come check me out if you want to come to TikTok. You'll see videos of Bonbon and Butterscotch, and also little audio from our D&D sessions that I have drawn little cartoons for.
Oh
I'm
my
working
God.
on another one.
I opened TikTok one random day, and then all of a sudden, I hear my voice coming from my phone, and I'm going like, "What the heck is happening? Why is Nihilus so much? Oh, this is a Meagan video. Sweet.
That's like my most popular video ever. I'm very proud.
Awesome. Brandon, how about you? Where can people find you?
I am the BMAT, THEBMATT, on pretty much everywhere. I'm most active on Blue Sky. If you want to read my ramblings about whatever the heck I am super hyper focused on at the moment, head on over to yourquestlogisfull.wordpress.com. Yeah, just whatever I feel like writing about. It's not for anybody else. It's for me. And if you like it, great. If you don't, cool.
All right. As for myself, if you want to get a hold of me, you can contact me through the show's Blue Sky, which is at apodcastreborn. You can also email us at apodcastreborn@gmail.com. You can also find Brandon, Meagan, myself, and many others on a show called Plus 5 to Hit. If you like D&D podcasts, it is a hell of a good time. I am the DM for the campaign, and the party is getting into some interesting hijinks, and Meagan's character causes plenty of chaos, as one would expect. So I
is
definitely
quite literally a chaos goblin.
She is a chaos goblin.
A goblin wild magic sorcerer, and I have yet to hit my wild magic.
No, you got it once.
Did I?
It went off once, remember, because it had the electricity. There, it was early on. It was like first or second session you had wild magic.
Oh my god. Well, I stand corrected.
So
I want more.
Take notes.
Theme music for the show is provided by Husky by the Geek. You may have heard some different music this time. I think I'm going to be mixing it up, maybe even every episode. We'll see. Link to his YouTube channel will be included in the show notes. Any Final Fantasy music that you might hear, whether it's from him or from any other Final Fantasy game that you hear on this podcast, belongs to Square Enix. No copyright infringement is intended. That is going to do it for episode 73. For Meagan, for Brandon, and of course for Butterscotch and Bonbon, this is Brian Black. Until next time, may your loot rolls be high, your glamour fantastic, and your duties always complete. Brandon?
So, a little bit of a disclaimer. I know if you've been listening for a long time, the format for the dad jokes is usually, did you guys hear about at the start, followed by a question at the end. We're going to mix it up because I like this joke and I've been holding on to it for a while. Did you guys hear about the astrologian that's going to med school?
No.
He really wants to be a cardiologist.
I thought it was going to be like, he's going to put his student debt on his card.
That could have also worked.
Well done. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, just when you thought this show was over, I have a little bit of an update, and you are hearing victory fanfare music for a reason. Because yes, Meagan, Ward, myself, and Zim did get tickets, and we're going to FanFest in April. We'll probably talk more about it next time. Bye!